Mooki on the move!
We left Port Alfred on a downer with the loss of the drone, but we were excited to keep Mooki moving along the coast. But we had no idea what changes were in store for our Mooki family.
Left Port Alfred this morning.
The drive from Port Alfred to Tsitsikamma was smooth trucking. Fantastic roads, wind farms and aloe-filled hills turned into majestic mountain ranges, gorges, forests and fynbos. Pretty spectacular. We arrived at an empty winter campsite called Tsitsikamma Sunrise and were greeted by the warmth of our host Aniki, who waved us to any campsite we wanted. Another gorgeous space, a pond with puddle ducks and horses grazing in the adjacent field. It used to take us hours to set up our van. Now it takes us under an hour. Us bullies were improving with a little routine we developed for ourselves, and even had time to watch the cows being walked home with their bells clanging.
Cows parading past us. Morning ladies. Go on Shan, get in there. Udders are full.
This is Africa. We had our fire sizzling by sunset.
Because it was bloody cold, man. The sun is shining, shining for me. What's not to like?
This has always been a favourite area of South Africa for me, the lush forests in the shade of the mountains. We stayed a week, enjoying the secluded Nature's Valley Lagoon, and felt privileged having it all to ourselves, except for Nelson. We were across the road from Nature's Valley farm stall that served mouth-watering scones and yummy coffee, which we took full advantage of. Fresh farm butter, milk, eggs and cream. Just loved it. Aniki was amazing. She was our gracious host at Tsitsikamma. She sewed my PJ pants when I sent them in for washing. I only noticed a week later. Warmth, kindness and freshly baked scones made it very hard to leave. But Mooki had to keep moving. An easy drive to Knysna, where we parked at Woodbourne, near the Knysna Heads. But again, no dogs allowed. So while Tarryn worked at Tsitsikamma, we explored Knysna, a tourist experience. The campsites got better and better as we travelled up the coast, and by the time we reached the paradise known as the wilderness, we were blown away. We parked up along the Toes River at the Sandparks Nature Reserve called Ebb and Flow, which looked up into a densely covered ravine.
There we are again, another new campsite, another superb setting, and Mooki is doing well, and the mini Mooki.
This clean and well-run campsite blew our socks off.
And of course we were wearing lots of socks, because it's bleeding cold, wasn't it?
Water birds were abundant, like cormorants and Egyptian geese, and I think we parked on their landing strip. And again, obviously, no dogs allowed. Separated again, Tarryn went to set up camp at a backpackers in a magical fairy forest.
It seems like there's a really nice forest spot that we can camp, and it's super quiet and there's nobody else here, and the bullies are at ebb and flow, so I am on my own. I've got a new tent. I have no idea how to put this up, but we're going to figure it out.
She upgraded from her little red tent to a brand new home we gifted her for the journey.
I'm left with these pieces. It didn't come with an instruction manual. One can only assume that it goes in like that, but you know, I don't actually know. I mean, like, what are these even for? There's so many of them.
Laying everything out so that you know which piece goes where.
This is amazing. So this is my tent now, my new home.
So she went from a 1-bed tent to a 3-bed tent.
Upgrade! Upgrade!
Upgrade!
This was our best park up to date, so we stayed over a month. On a Bali special, that is. Cut grass, clean river water, well-appointed ablutions, great washing facilities, very pleasant staff, always smiling. These were the factors we realized were important for a lacquer stay in an awesome campsite.
Mooki in the distance.
We had a dove called Eric, 2 Egyptian geese called Bonnie and Clyde, and a blackbird named Swoop, our everyday entertainment. Another lesson: regardless of how beautiful a place may be, some spaces are just not for you. The fairy forest Tarryn was camping in was crowded with young party animals whose music raved until the early hours. This was not conducive to Tarryn's lifestyle. So she packed up and searched for a new spot that was dog-friendly, again very hard to find. We believe in manifesting, and manifesting we did. An incredible spot at Wild Farm overlooking the wilderness.
Just got back from a really beautiful run. So we're at the top here at Wild Farm. It's one of the most spectacular places I've been to on the garden route. And there's my beautiful spot. It's a little bit cloudy today, but that's okay. And you got some log cabins down there, communal space over there, the most friendliest dogs ever. So if you have a dog, this place is amazing.
I had my first supping experience, paddling up the river with the sun shining and the beauty of nature all around me.
Our young paddler is out. Thanks Maggie and Dave for lending us the board. Yeah boy, yes. Do like they do on YouTube. Power up onto the bank. Go on girl, give it some. Power, power, power. Oh, okay.
We loved seeing old friends and met at the vibey Sedgefield market with live music and again, really good coffee.
Fred is taking us through the Tsitsikamma Mountains.
We missed the company of our travelling toes in Little Coda, but they were loving Wild Farm, running the mountains in the morning, editing in the day, and drumming by night. Tarryn even managed to find a 3-day trail race that she entered.
I'm going for a bit of support, so she got the old get up. Ken's on the case. Support for the big team.
Welkom terug.
Rock and roll, Tarryn!
Tarryn, welcome home.
Gearing up for some bad weather. Ken is battling some guy ropes. The wind is blowing.
There is always something to fix on Mooki as she moves. We had a small leak around the front vent. This took a back-breaking day of undoing all the decking to get to it, but I had a good view while I worked, and within a day I had it all put back together. Video from the top of the van, give you a bit of a surrounding. It's so peaceful here and nice. We're all coexisting. Got to change my feet. Water. Couldn't move for 2 days after though. We'll have to keep the name Bali for now.
During this time, Tarryn received word from Durban that her mom had been admitted to hospital and was gravely ill. So our travelling toes and her gorgeous coda had to pack up and head home. As she left, it felt like a grey cloud had moved over the wilderness as we waited to hear the news. Was her mom going to be okay? Would she have to stay in Durban? Was our journey together already over?
So we've just finished packing up. Very sad to leave this beautiful place. And Mooki actually started, all fine, and we're ready to hit the road.
Mooki is on the move.
Another chapter, another obstacle. Each moment offers us an opportunity to learn and grow, and to grieve and release. Nothing in life is certain, or even constant. The only constant is change. It's only through growth, reform, and change that true security is ever found. The earth defines me, the ocean carries me.